So guys, here we go. This is video 4 of the lockdown series. Today is all about impact, the moment of truth. I love this impact bag here. I use this a lot to explain the impact position, and that's what I'm going to explain today. But we're going to follow on from where I left off. Well, first of all, I'm going to put my hat on. We just had a bit of a snowstorm here. It's all clearing up and it's a little bit cold, so there we go, nice and warm. Now guys, where we left off on video 3 was the transition move from the top of the backswing. If you remember, from here it was a feeling of a shift and turn, and the arms following the body and pulling the club down into what I call the delivery position, where the right elbow is close to the right hip, the left arm is close to the chest, and we're connected again. Now from this position, we're in a dynamic position here, going down into the golf ball, turning and shifting, but now we're going to get that correct impact position. From here, I'm going to show you from face on. What we're trying to feel here is as you're shifting your weight and turning from this position, the wrists are going to unhinge, and the position we're looking for is here. We want to feel the left arm, the left shoulder, the left arm and the club lining up at the impact position. So when you watch from face on, as your body's turning, you want to try and get that extension in the lead arm and the club in line at the point of impact. Now remember, this is a dynamic position, so this is something you're trying to feel. So as you're turning hard and transferring into the back of the ball, impact position, the club is traveling downwards with the irons. We'll come to the driver in a minute, but with everything where the ball's on a very low tee or on the ground, the club head is traveling downwards when it hits the golf ball. The club has to hit the ball first and the ground, which is so important to get that shift across. So the impact position, you're in position here with your left arm fully extended. There's no bend in the elbow. There's no uncocking of the wrist too early. I never like to see this broken left arm. Lots of people call this a chicken wing. Try and get the feeling from this delivery position here as you're shifting and turning. Extend the arms. Extend the arms to the point of impact. You'll see with all of your irons, your hands should be slightly in front of the golf ball at the point of impact. Never want to see this position, guys, the early release, the weight back. A common mistake I see is the club head passing the hands before impact. The club's then going up. That club has to be going downwards. Okay, so impact is quite clear. We want a fully extended left arm, a nice flat left wrist, and the shaft in line with the left arm. So as I say, your hips are turning, your chest is turning, your weight is shifting, but the club position is forwards and in line more towards the left shoulder when you hit the golf ball as to center. So imagine that. If you practice this in slow motion, you're gonna get the feeling. As you hit the ball, the shaft should be leaning more to your left. So as your body's turning, the shaft position is forwards. So what you're trying to do, you're trying to compress that golf ball. You're trying to get the club dynamic loft hitting down with as much speed as you can when you make contact. Okay, so that's impact. Weight left, lead arm extended, and the shaft in line with the left arm and shoulder. There we go. From here now, as we're swinging through the ball, in everything that happens after impact is the result of what you did up to the point of impact. So everything after impact is reactionary. If the club is coming down on the correct plane, from behind you, as your body's turning back and through, and your weight is shifting with the shot, after impact, as long as you're not out of position, from here you'll find as your body's rotating, your hips and your shoulders will be rotating through the ball. Make sure you let your head follow it as well. and the club and the arms will basically swing and extend away from the body into the follow-through position. But as I say, you can't fake the follow-through. The follow-through is the result of the positions, the sum of the positions that you were in prior to impact. As long as you've aimed at your target, as we mentioned in the very first video, the fundamentals, you should find after the impact position, as everything's dynamically rotating through the ball, your arms will extend away from the body, so we're getting full radius from the arms through the ball, and your hips, your chest and your shoulders will be rotating, continually rotating through the ball into the final finish. What I like to see, again, is a nice straight line of the left side in the finish position. So what I like to see, and for you to feel every shot you hit with your personal swing, I want you to be balanced, and I want you to feel that your left foot, your left hip, your left shoulder, when you swing through the ball, are in line. I like to see the spine angle nice and vertical when you finish. Not too much leaning like this. You're going to get problems in your back with that. So the finish position, the body's rotating to the target. So if I'm going to you from here in the end position, when I hit through the ball, my chest, my hips, my body are looking at the target. The arms will follow the body, and the finish position, the club will be, as depending on your flexibility, the club should be all the way around behind your head. Okay, from this angle, once again, we're turning and getting that left side in line. The shoulder, the hip, the leg. Left side, balance. So here we go again, to wrap this final video up of the series. Impact and finish position. Impact. Weight forwards as you're shifting and turning. The hands with the irons are ahead, and the club head is going down. The finish position, keep turning and hold your balance. Now, with the driver at impact, very similar, but because of the nature of the ball position further forwards, the club head will be hitting the ball later on the arc. The swing is exactly the same. You're just positioning yourself to the ball slightly differently. So from this position, I'll go through it again. As you're coming down, you shift and turn. Shift, turn, and as you're coming, the club's coming from behind you, the club with the driver sweeps up. It's the only club, guys, where I want you to encourage you to get the club face swinging up into the golf ball. That'll reduce your backspin and get the ball down there even further. So the ball position more forward, but you still got the feeling when you hit the ball, you should still have the feeling that your left arm, the club shaft, the back of the left wrist are all nice and in line with each other when you hit it. So that your impact position's the same, you're just hitting the ball later on the arc. Finish, exactly the same. Chest, hips, through the ball to the target, and by every swing, hold your balance. Okay, guys, so that concludes the 4 videos, guys. Check the other ones below, 1, 2, 3, 4, follow them in the right order, okay, and really get to work on that in this lockdown phase. Now, I hope you enjoyed that. If you have any questions or comments on any of the 4 videos that are underneath this video, watch them, comment, ask some questions, and if there's any videos that you want me to do going forward, I'll make sure I get that on the series of videos on my YouTube channel. So if you like the video, click the thumbs up, subscribe. Darren Scholes, signing off.